If you've been scrolling through endless lists of tow bars, watching video after video trying to decide which one actually fits your truck, your trailer, and your budget, you know the frustration of second-guessing every spec sheet. You've probably asked yourself, will this handle my load? Can I hook it up without a wrench in the middle of a parking lot? And what happens when it's not in use? Does it become another piece of junk taking up space? This review is here to cut through the noise and give you a clear picture of whether the BlueOx BX4370 Ascent tow bar is the right match for you. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about what the Ascent actually does for a typical weekend warrior who tows a small utility trailer or a light camper. The bar plugs into a standard 2-inch Class 3 receiver on the back of most pickups, and it's rated to pull up to 7,500 pounds. For most DIY projects, boat trailers, or modest RVs, that ceiling sits comfortably above the average payload you'll encounter, giving you a safety margin without over-engineering the solution. The fact that it's built from aircraft-grade aluminum means the bar stays light enough to lift with one hand, yet it resists the kind of corrosion you see on steel after a rainy season of trips to the lake. What really sets this tow bar apart in day-to-day use is the easy hookup claim. The Ascent comes with a quick-release latch that slides onto the receiver, clicks into place, and locks with a single pin. In practice, that means you can pull up to the trailer, align the bar, and secure it without rummaging through a toolbox. I've watched a friend load his boat trailer in under 2 minutes, even in a cramped backyard where maneuvering space is limited. That speed translates to less time hunched over a hitch, less chance of stripping threads, and a lower likelihood of forgetting to tighten something before you hit the road. Now, the storage story is where the Ascent tries to solve a common pain point. When you're not towing, the bar folds back against the receiver and locks into a recessed groove on the same bar, effectively tucking itself out of the way. Because the whole assembly is aluminum, it doesn't add a heavy, dangling piece that rattles in the wind or gets in the way of rear door access. For anyone who parks in tight city spots or uses the truck bed for cargo on off days, that compact profile is a genuine convenience. I've seen owners keep the bar mounted permanently, and when they need the bed, they simply flip the bar into its stowed position and lock it. No extra hardware, no separate storage box. One of the subtle but valuable features is the debris deflection design. The bar's underside has a shallow lip that guides mud, sand, and small rocks away from the receiver's opening. In real life, that means fewer trips to the garage to clean out grit that can wear down the receiver's locking mechanism over time. If you're the type who hauls a trailer to a construction site, a beach, or a farm, that small shield can extend the life of both the tow bar and the receiver on your truck. Of course, no product is perfect, and the Ascent has a few trade-offs you should weigh before hitting Add to Cart. The 7,500-pound limit, while ample for many light to medium trailers, does fall short for heavy-duty RV rigs that push 8,000 to 10,000 pounds. If your towing needs hover in that higher range, you'd be better off looking at a Class IV or steel-built alternative that explicitly lists a higher rating. Additionally, because the bar is aluminum, it can flex a little more under extreme loads compared to a heavy-gauge steel bar. Most users won't notice that on normal trips, but if you regularly haul near the maximum rating on rough terrain, the extra flex could translate to a slightly rougher ride or quicker wear on the latch pin. Who should consider buying the BlueOx Ascent? If you're a weekend camper, a boat owner, or a hobbyist who tows a small utility trailer and values a quick, tool-free connection, this is a solid fit.